Hello, Taurus. This is an electricity ship. This is power to the people. This is your story, so please use your intuition and take the parts that make sense to you, that ring the bell in your body and in your intuition, and go from there and use your imagination and your intuition to fill in the details of your story that don't appear here. Anything that makes you feel nervous or uncomfortable, that's not for you, so don't worry about that. And that goes for everything in life. So you know, of course, examine things, but anything that evokes fear in you, that's not something that you need to keep. We don't need to keep fear. Speaking of bells, if you ring, press the notification bell, subscribe. Any likes, shares, memberships, comments are so welcome. I love emoji comments, especially because I love images, which we're looking at here, and interpreting with our own hearts and minds. Thank you so much, and I include you in my rituals to offer you the prosperity, thriving, health, wealth, and ease that we all deserve in our lives. So thank you in advance for everybody who interacts with the channel. In the description box, there's some other ways to do that. So I'll be reading from these oracle decks for overall energy, and then from the Somnia Tarot and from the Rider-Waite Tarot. This is a Rider-Waite style tarot. Other readings I use some less traditional decks, but let's see how things go. And just a final note, this reading is timeless. It applies to all Taurus placements, so wherever Taurus is applicable on your chart. And whenever you stumble upon this reading, that's when this reading is for you. So thanks for being here. Let's have a moment to take some deep breaths and offer gratitude. Anything that you're grateful for, whether it be a perfectly round rock you find on the path as you're walking, a beautiful leaf, the shattering sound of the celestial bells in the sky that you hear during meditation, a person who's gone on to the spirit world, or any cherished loved one in your life, somebody who smiled at you and helped you in your day. Let's take a deep breath and sit with our gratitude before we begin. And again, thank you very much for being here. Again, thank you for being here, and thank you to my guides for being here as well. I can feel your energy when we begin this, and that in itself really fills me with gratitude, and it's really very moving, actually. So thank you. We'll start with Khalil Gibran's The Prophet. Please find this book in your local library or bookstore. The entire text is included in this guidebook, and I usually end up reading from it because it gives a nice little vignette from the chapters, but it is a wonderful, wonderful piece of artwork and writing that is available everywhere, and will enrich your life. So we'll take one card from here, please. Whew, just like, every time I do this, I just sparkle, I just glow up, people. Thank you. Thank you, my loves. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I just really get Twitter painted. It's like falling in love. Okay. Spirit of the Animal Oracles, thank you so much. This was a gift from my sister, so it's always lovely to think of her when we're here as well, so thank you to her. I could talk this whole time about the things that I'm grateful for, and I hope that that's coming to your heart as well. But we'll get into some more specific messages other than just me talking about the wonderful things in my life. So thank you. Oh, yeah, it really does. I mean, it feels so good to be here with you. Thank you. Feel connected, you know, to the anima mundi, as it were. And here's the mudras for awakening the energy body. got 2 cards here, so that's wonderful. And they've landed face up. That's happened recently before as well, so I appreciate the prevalence that is coming through. We've got both of these from the solar plexus chakra, so that's a wonderful message. The time I'm recording this, there is a lunar eclipse in Taurus, and even though this is a timeless reading, by the time this arrives to you, that eclipse will have happened and will have an effect. So think about the Venusian energy and how it presents in your life, and an eclipse energy will be kind of like a windshield wiper to sort of wipe things clean in that area of your life. So if you're talking about things like abundance and love and pleasure and aesthetics and wealth, abundance, sexuality, sensuality, all of these Taurian qualities, and stability comes to mind as well with Taurus in particular. Think about how that's changed in our lives, because this will be the last Taurus eclipse for the next 20 years. So this energy has affected your life for quite some time. So if you feel a shift, and you've felt a shift, take note of the value in your life. We'll shuffle this and get 3 piles so that we can draw 3 cards. Oh, we've got one popping out. That happened last time I read with this deck as well, so thank you very much for the extra honor of an extra card. I'm not kidding. I really get such a buzz from this. I can feel it moving through me, and that's why I call this channel an electricity ship, because I am the vehicle in which this electric energy is moving through, and all time and spaces, really. Think of the concept of the anima mundi and how we're all so connected, and in science they call that the Gaia theory. And there are, of course, Native American philosophies that follow with that. Those things appear in all wisdom traditions, really. So we have the 2 of Cups. It's beautiful. The Page of Wands and the 6 of Cups with the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And the card that jumped out, oh, it's in reverse. So I don't keep my cards in reverse position, so that's very interesting. And the Empress. Whew. The Empress is definitely a card that is also associated with Venus. So that is very important and prevalent message here. So thank you. Thank you for this, guides. And then ask for wisdom from this Rider-Waite deck. Ooh, I feel like a little old lady. Ooh, my stars. I'm feeling some cheer and delight in here. Despite the Emperor's reversal, I think we're in for some, and we've got another jumper here. So yes, again, so we have some abundance and some real joy coming out here. And so I'll take that as a cue to, I'm trembling, you know. I often do when it's really lit up. Oh God, look at that. 2 of Cups twice. The Hermit, beautiful. And the Queen of Cups. Oh, wow. Y'all. So we have got some really special energies, some extra messages for you. Oh, and the Ace of Wands. Wands, Cups. 2 aces here. I don't know if you can see my hand shaking. Double on the 2 of Cups, my friends. Everyone wants to see this in a general reading or in a personal reading. And I've got 2 cups here, so I'm going to take a sip from both of them. I got watermelon, frozen watermelon. seltzer. Oh, wow. And you can just feel the vitamins going in. It's such good fruit for you. If you have availability, please have some. It's like nature's Gatorade. And then, nature's other Gatorade, coffee. Okay. The page here, you're ready to be inspired. And certainly from these aces are bringing in some new possibilities, some new energy, and you're wanting to run with it. That's the thing that like jumps out immediately. You've got this like inspiration, but still you're needing to sit with it because you're attaching this flame to your light, to your star, right? So, I mean, the wands are a flame, but this is a celestial body. And he's holding the wand, so he is prepared to use his willpower. But he's aligning with this star, right? So this is a 6-pointed star, so it represents the upward energy and the downward energy, the yin, the yang, the male, the female. The Holy Trinity's in a sacred celestial marriage. So the Hermit is like a spiritual preparation for the next thing to come. So like in the I Ching, there's the hexagram 31 is the attraction, the wooing. And then 32 is the actual marriage itself. So this is like, laying the emotional groundwork for the union that is to come. And the page is the oldest page among the pages in the tarot. It's usually depicted as kind of a more middle-aged character. So this is someone who's coming with an idea that could be like a kind of a second chance, or a second act, as they call it. You could have something new coming up in your career that like you'd already established some kind of inspiration or creative work. Something that has fired you up that you've worked on for a long time. You have this like old man kind of energy, this ability to stand firmly. You've reached the top of the mountain. You're looking down, right? It's like, is there another goal to reach? But yes, there is. There's the descent. So there may be some descent into deeper aspects of your character that you need to explore in order to bring forth this fiery energy and this ability to speak as well. Because the Ace of Swords, all swords will talk about language, thoughts, ideas. The ability to speak may be prevalent here. The ability to form words around your passion. So if this is a relationship, which often the Two of Cups is about relationships, it could be about just what is mirrored outside of your life that's emotional. But often that's the relationships in our lives. It's the company that we keep. It's the people who inspire us and keep us going and keep our emotions moving, right? You see a lot of this motion. And then there's this upward motion in the more traditional card with this hermetic symbol of healing, as well as the red lion being depicted in the strength card, for example. So there might be some Leo sprinkles coming in here somehow. You don't have, this is the only major arcana card, and this is a Virgo card. So that might be worth paying attention to as well, especially if you have something on the cusp between Leo and Virgo, right on the edge, or if that's your sun sign, maybe you were born at the end of Leo or the beginning of Virgo. But this is depicted on the strength card. There's the hermetic snakes, which also can point to Kundalini activation. And that's when the ego takes flight, right? The lion that's depicted on the strength card is the red lion. That's the ego being controlled. And the ego is not an evil thing that needs to die. It's something that needs to ascend, right? I often compare it to a dog. It's there to protect you, but it doesn't need to be barking at the wind. It doesn't need to be chewing up your couch. No. The ego needs to be controlled, trained, and hopefully, doing its job well and making you laugh. And please beware of any kind of spiritual awakening that doesn't bring you like lift and joy. It's got to lift up, you know. And here we see these water crossing paths, so that also reminds me of things like the Star card and the Temperance card, where these waters are coagulating and combining. So relish in the union as you have these like singular, like independent energies. This could point to an interdependence, allowing influences to blend. So whether that's a person outside of your life or something that's mirrored outside of you that you'd like to blend and integrate back into your character as you use your willpower moving forward with the inspiration of your soul and your star and your pure illuminated being. And this Page of Wands, that might be what's lighting it up. This influence may be what is bringing it to the fore. As far as like people in your life, we do have, like I said, we've got this Virgo energy, and we have these 2 court cards, so they can be actual people, and then the Empress in reverse. There may be a Libra or Taurus who is leaving your life, or because this reading is for Taurus, this may be aspect of yourself that was established that is getting turned upside down for a new view. You may have felt some losses or inability to call abundance in your life, but with the 9 of Cups here, that is a story that you're telling yourself that's not true. But again, court cards and major arcana, Libra, Taurus, Virgo. Page of Wands is a fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, particularly more on the Aries end of things. Queen of Cups, water energy, Pisces, Scorpio. Why am I missing the last one? Aquarius. No. It always seems like Aquarius should be a water card because it says aqua right in it, but it'll come to me. I don't know why my brain is floating away on that one. But yeah, so this is my God, why is it so? This might be the thing that's hidden, right? Maybe it is that third one that I'm not thinking of right now. But anyway, let's move on and allow it to pop into my head as it goes. But you can put it in the comments and I'll be embarrassed when I remember it when I'm in the shower later or whatever. And then we have the 6 of Coins, which is the last card that we haven't talked about here. So again, this is bringing in some partnership energy, right? This is like you give from your abundance, right? You have something in your actual physical life that you have a surplus of, and that is here, right? You have a surplus of emotional and creative energy here. There's more coming. You have plenty to share. Plenty to share. If you felt inadequate in any way, you have so much to give. So much to give. And it will be gratefully received. It will find the exact place where it's needed. You know, we see people receiving gratefully on this card, and often you see somebody who's like very rich and they're holding a scale, so the giving and receiving is definitely in balance, and then there'll be like impoverished people. But like everybody goes through a sense of impoverishment or a sense of richness, and because this is reversed, you might be imagining yourself as impoverished in some kind of way, but with the presence of this card, not only can you give from your own abundance, but you can also receive from others. What is needed is available. You may need to sit emotionally with this, and I see this here because I see this card. You know, people call this the wish card. You know, anything you wish for is going to come true here. But, you know, when we talk about the law of attraction, I see this more of the gratitude card, because like when you feel that you are in gratitude, you find that you already have your wishes. Your wishes have already come true. Think about things that you have now that you could not have imagined having in the past. And what a miracle it is that they're here now. For example, when you were a little kid, maybe you dreamed of driving a car and how magical and amazing that would have been. And perhaps as an adult now, you get to drive every day. And maybe it's become a pain in the ass to you and a terrible thing. And maybe you got some hoopty you got to upkeep. But isn't it an amazing miracle that you do have that car to get you to work or to run your errands or do the things that you need to do? As a kid, that would have been a miracle to own a car and to drive around. So, I don't know, like, enjoy your car, for example. We are this ship sailing our bodies through this world, and the Empress is very much about the body. And Taurus is so much about the body. Allow yourself to feel it into your body. And remember that your body is filled with water. It's 70% water. It's going to be pulled by the tides and the moon, just as, all other water is. It's going to be evaporated into the sky and released back in rain. It's going to flow down the hills. And so this queen is gazing into this rich or ornate cup of her emotional life. And her feet are planted firmly on these jewels that are featured near the water. The shell protects her, while all of her emotions can flow in and out of the ocean like the tide, at will and gently. If it's turbulent, you are still held, you're still protected, you still have the wisdom to maintain your solace. So if you do feel frazzled by any sense of loss or lack, know that it's there. Abundance is coming and going. The ideas are available. Your wisdom to enact them with your willpower will come at the proper time when you're ready. And there are people or emotional food in the world that will allow you to ascend and allow you to get to the next level so that you can further attain the goals that you are wishing to seek. There may be some loneliness, but a wish come true. And this is coming out so strong. And you'll see things in a completely new way and be inspired. Oh, God. It's so good. Let's get to these oracle cards, my friends. We'll go one by one. I have so much to say already. Yes, when love beckons to you, follow. Y'all, this is going to nourish you. And probably with a little heat, This is grown and sexy. This, the Knight of Wands is a lot hotter, but this is like, ooh, giving you a little boost. And I opened right up to the page, so here I'll tell you. When love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him. Though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you, and when he speaks to you, believe in him. Though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste to the garden. So yeah, do you have some dreams that got shattered? They're not the only dreams that are left. New dreams, and all the support you need. My loves. I gotta take a little sip for that one. For both cups, for the Two of Cups. I think it's significant that I have 2 cups out here, and there are two appearances of the Two of Cups. This is glorious. Okay, dolls. Yes, see? Lizard, regeneration. The dreams that you thought were gone and the abundance that you thought were gone, they are sparking again. Your wishes are coming true. Sit in your gratitude and your feelings. Abundance is yours, and you can handle it. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. So that's very like tied into this one, and these new energies. Maybe with something that you thought was broken, or because sixes have this stable and are in the heart chakra. So you're going to want to get into the heart chakra. Sometimes they can indicate some energies from the past that are resourced. So, you can look at this cup also as a type of crucible, but not with heat, with water, with tide, with flow. And then we've got these two cards from the solar plexus chakra. So this is talking about your will, which we see in these wands. In the wands, so that your will is going to be important. So you can sit with your will and know that you can regenerate the will that you need to succeed. So it's your solar plexus, so that's going to be above your navel. And you can follow these mudras if you'd like to take a screenshot of this mudra so that you can see how it's done, and hold it at your solar plexus while you meditate. And here's transformation. So any of these that you feel appropriate, if you wish to hold these mudras while you meditate, they can be very helpful. The Matangi transformation mudra advises, that can help with digestive issues such as ulcers, acid reflux. So if you've been worried, if you haven't been getting good food in your belly, or if it hasn't been agreeing with you, you can help by meditating there and drinking plenty of water. So it's for assimilation, vital energy, and life purpose. And the mantra is, inner light illuminates and guides me on my path. Inner light illuminates and guides me upon my path. That's this here too. And then radiant light, the Surya mudra, for clarity, personal power, and self-esteem. So yeah, you may need some self-esteem help with this reversed, honey. Digestive issues again. That can be very powerful though, so use caution with this one. The focus, my inner light is vibrant, luminous, and alive. My inner light is vibrant, luminous, and alive. Wow, okay. I see a lot of healing here for you, and a lot of just, like a bump in the road and your confidence maybe, but like just some, the opportunity there to dive deep into what's really valuable to you, and to where that's appearing in your life, how the abundance is coming through and flowing, and these new ideas to make these things work for you. And again, you'll find relationships and situations that will be emotionally nourishing to you and that integrate with you in a way that is interdependent and inspiring and uplifting, and uplift your soul, and make your ego work for you, make you resplendent and regenerative. But follow what your heart and your star tell you, my love. With that, thank you so much for being here. Again, to all who interact with the channel, past, present, and future, I offer to you my gratitude and my praise, my prayers, and my thanks for this opportunity to be here with you and to share story with you, to share the story of the soul. And really, this is an act of gratitude for me in general to read cards for you. So that brings me to a place that it's really special for me. So thank you so much. This is an electricity ship. This is power to the people. Peace be with you, my loves.